I think it's the other way around. You shove it into... Okay.
You shove the headset into your dick? What?
That sounds
See,
painful.
he's doing it too. He's doing... Everything's dicks. Okay. There are no other genitals. None other exist.
You brought it up.
Can we get a t-shirt of a black and white pen and ink drawing of Papreeka with a mug full of mead? Just the caption just says, everything dick.
Welcome to the Fearfic Podcast. Today we read some short, surreal, and creepy, and possibly funny fictional stories from the internet's best-kept secret, ShortStory1. From how to honor your ass queen of England to how to cut bald people's hair, we love our ShortStory1. Join 3 cruise ship enjoyers, punk rock Slimebeast, FedEx manager Papreeka, and master degree royalist Abysmii as they read the most prolific author in Fearfic history. Now we're about to kick it to the cold open, white boy, but whatever you do, please do not start the episode by going, Okay. Now, kick it to the cold open, white boy.
Hey, so now that 2 of us are sufficiently toasted, we were gonna read something serious and maybe add some critique or whatever, but fuck that.
Nah.
We're gonna read everyone's favorite short story 1.
So you're saying short story 1 is not serious? Sorry again?
Are people into haircuts and barbing? Is that? Are you giving the people what they want?
What?
I'm giving us what we want.
Oh.
Welcome, everybody, to the Fear Fiction Podcast. Within the first 2 minutes of the show, we have used the word barbing. You're in for a good one, everybody.
Reading these stories is definitely lowering my vocabulary, so there you go.
That's fair. That's fair, unfortunately.
Creepypasta is the literature of the future. It is not plummeting in value like cryptocurrency. Creepcoin.
Ooh,
Does that mean that writers are going to be more affordable, like graphics cards?
Yeah.
Writers are already affordable. They get fucking taken advantage of all the time.
Oh, yeah. Raiders are the graphic cards of writing. What? Okay.
Those sets.
Oh.
Okay. For those of you who don't know who Short Story 1 is, look it up, because I'm done explaining this.
Educate yourself, fuckers.
I tried to look it up, and all I got was a video that says how to write a short story in 1 hour. So
yeah, there you go.
If it takes you that long, you're doing it wrong.
Okay, so if you Google Short Story 1 and click any random link that comes up, that has effectively explained Short Story 1. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah. Dude's a genius, and we greatly appreciate the writing. All right, this is I Give Bald People Haircuts.
So we're not doing a cold open or what?
Fuck that.
Was that not a cold open? How colder does the open have to be? I used the word barbing.
Yeah, we talked about fucking GPUs and cryptocurrency. What do you want from me?
We got to go for 20 minutes on a cold open. That was 2 minutes.
No, we don't.
Jesus Christ.
Dead Pallet's not here, and Dead Pallet effectively runs this show.
No. I'm the designated Dead Pallet. Okay.
No, you're the
Dead
designated
Pallet
Chelsea.
Oh.
Whoa,
Yeah,
that was
sorry.
rude.
Wait,
Sorry.
why is that, Abysmii?
Because you also giggle maniacally.
And
What?
you never do that. You're literally a Disney villain. We've been over this.
Disney villains don't
Your
giggle;
thing
they
is
cackle.
Well, excuse me.
My
Yeah.
villain
If you're
don't
low
giggle.
energy.
He cackles. Fuck, sorry. Good.
When tell me that Abysmii doesn't sound like he's giggling sometimes.
No. Okay, listen. Dead Pallet runs a tight ship here,
Mhm.
and
He's overboard. The ship is mutant.
The cat's
okay?
away, the mice will play, and the mice will not bother with long cold opens. 'Cause
Let's
we can
be
do
honest.
That.
Let's be honest. Dead Pallet is fairy terminal, okay?
Would he dispute that? I don't think he would.
No.
He's. I'm sorry. Fairy terminal.
Fairy
You don't
terminal.
watch the show.
Like a
You
fairy, like you read.
Oh.
Yeah. Wow. What'd you think that meant?
racist.
Something about Tom Hanks. I don't know.
Whoa. During
Ooh.
Hanks month?
Oh, you can watch the Tom Hanks movies. Everyone just has Castaway on repeat.
Oh, you can't just watch Tom Hanks movies, okay?
You experience them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I love whenever somebody asks what the name of a Tom Hanks movie is, you just say Philadelphia, because no matter what it is, it's funny. So what's that one where he's on an island and his best friend is a volleyball? Oh yeah, Philadelphia. No, very much not. No.
Was he in You Got Mail?
Which one was that?
That was the one where they have mail. Clearly.
Oh no, that was Philadelphia.
Oh, okay. My mistake. Okay, I give bald people haircuts by ShortStory1. I'm a barber, and I only do haircuts on people that absolutely bald, and they cannot have 1 inch of hair on their head. I am unique in that way because I am the only barber that only does haircuts for bald people. No other barber does haircuts for bald people. I get bald people from all walks of life, and they love me as their main barber. Bald people are a gold mine for barbers, and only I know what to do. I got another baldy.
Whoa. You're going to call them baldies? They're your sole clientele. They paid for your splendor.
That was so sudden. I love it. I got another baldy come into barbershop, and all he told me, the usual, buddy, and I did his haircut on his completely bald head. He was pleased.
Okay, so 2 things here. 1, people who cut wigs and toupees are technically barbers for the bald.
Technically, yes.
2, I could see someplace in, no offense, California, where somebody's doing like an aura-based haircut. Like,
no offense taken. It exists in LA.
Have you heard of the Indigo Children?
Have you heard of the face exercise gyms?
Have you heard of the black-eyed indigo children who come knocking on your door at night, but they knock, I don't know, some kind of, then they do slam poetry.
Sure.
So is this story a psychological experiment?
Yes.
Okay.
Whatever you're going to ask, yes, it is that.
Oh, okay. Is it my turn?
Yep.
I get people with head full of hair coming into my barbershop wanting a haircut. I tell them that I only specialize in doing haircuts for bald people, and they argue, nag, and complain nonstop about wanting a haircut from, period. I tell them to get bald from another barber and then they should come to me. These full hair-headed people complain and nag at me again. I have to go a bit aggressive and tell them I only deal with fluffy bald people. Fully bald people.
Yes, that fluffy bald man over there. Fetch him for me.
Oh, man. I'm imagining like the guy, the furry heart-shaped monster from Looney Tunes, but with like a big bald patch on his head.
Yeah, okay. I can see that.
So, baldness. What's that like?
Wow, just calling me out like that. Was
I calling you out?
You said, what's that like? I'm the only other person in the chat right now.
Are you? Maybe there's creepypasta characters just like hanging out, and you won't know until you hear the static in the call.
There's lurking bald men.
Their thing is being bald. There's Slender Man, and then there's bald.
You know what? Yeah, where's Baldman? You know, like
Baldman.
I feel like
Baldwin is a famous actor.
Slender Man, Splendor Man, Alec Baldwin. No breaking continuity here.
Not at all.
Yeah, I feel like, I'm really glad we had you on that previous episode because it does serve to highlight the kind of weirdly inherent misogyny of creepypasta OCs. Like, it's real,
all you have to do is, like, have boobs and be there. And I'm like, well, this is a thing.
It's true, though. Like, the only female characters you get are, like, bitches in dresses. You know, like, that's it. And
Sally and Pepper and
it's Jane,
characters like out of little children's books, like YA novels you get at Scholastic.
Like, I get that it's all derivative, but like for the female characters, it's horribly derivative. It's Jane the Killer, who literally would not exist without Jeff the Killer. Clockwork, which is just unfortunately a god awful story.
What the hell is bad. Clockwork?
I'm trying to repress the memory of Clockwork.
Okay, that's fine. I'm trying to repress the memory of many things. I understand.
It's bad.
Many stories, terrible stories I've read.
It's it's bad. All of it's bad. It's unfortunate.
How's your mead?
It's delicious. Raven's Claw is good.
Yes, I know.
Now we do the wait for Slimebeast thing.
All right. At what point would you be cutting, or would somebody who's editing be cutting that?
We had a decent conversation, so we'll cut. The Elias will know where to cut.
Just cut all of it. It doesn't
cut everything like a bald man's hair.
I'm an analyst.
I get people with head full of hair.
No.
Oh wait, that's right. I'm the third person to go. Fuck. All right, let me just read it so I'm up to date. I'll just read it to myself so I'm up to date on what we were talking about. Okay. I then get busy with my barbershop full of bald people, and I giving them great work on their bald heads. My new employee can't seem... Oh, there's another person thrown in the mix. Another character. I wonder if this will be crucial to the story or just not matter. My new employee can't seem to handle these bald people. His excuse is that he can't seem to understand how he's supposed to give full, clean, bald people a haircut. Abysmii,
Yeah.
Isn't your favorite barbershop quartet the full, clean, bald people?
Well, you know me, the barbershop quartet aficionado.
Mm-hmm. When they have no hair. I told him to snap out of it, and when he tried giving a bald man a haircut, he did it all wrong. My employee kept giving excuses how there is no hair on their heads to be able to give them any kind of haircut. Okay, that was
You know what? You said barbershop quartet, so we're compelled to do this. I'll start, then Papreeka, then Slimebeast. Perfect.
There's your quartet of three people.
Definitely flat there. Definitely flat.
It was dissonance. It's okay. It's artistic.
It's very minor, right? Minor scales.
That's like a minor second. Yeah, that's really fucking minor.
Wait a minute. Are you saying Papreeka is a minor? What?
Yeah, she works in the mines all day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mine for salt.
She's played Overwatch all day.
She mines for crypto.
Oh, there you go.
I need more graphics cards.
Dad, why are there so many graphics cards in here? I'm mining for crypto, Maxie.
God damn it. I'm mining for Disney coin.
Disney needs to fund its new Star Wars park.
God damn. Elon Mouse has withdrawn all of his Disney coin.
Why is Disney
double
coin
draw Elon
not
Mouse?
a thing?
Draw Elon Mouse right now.
Why the hell is Disney coin not a thing?
Okay. Double draw Elon Mouse, tweet it at Elon Musk, and just write sell out.
What
about Elon Mouse making a rocket that goes to Mars?
Mm-hmm.
And it, I don't know, it doesn't land or something. I don't know. That was it. That's all I got.
Yeah, the last panel is Goofy's desiccated corpse in the craft as it's floating in space.
Oh boy.
Gosh. When it lifts off. Yahoo!
Yeah, exactly.
The Falcon Foghorn Leghorn rocket.
That's
exactly. No. There's no point. Fucking Zoomers.
Zoomers don't know. I then kept shouting at him, "Are you a barber?" over and over again, to which my employee replied, "Yes." And then I told him that he should figure it out himself how to give bald people haircuts. Okay, I think the subtext is clear now. Then he started pretending giving a bald person a haircut, and I told him he must be sincere. Giving bald people haircuts is more complicated compared to people with full head of hair.
Exactly.
I gave so many bald people haircuts that day, and they loved what I did with it. My employee, though, still doesn't know how to give bald people haircuts and calls me insane, and the bald people who come here, he calls them lunatics.
Why don't you just fire that guy? In fact...
So
I have questions.
I'm gonna leave a comment. I'm just writing fire that guy. Okay, good.
Yeah, okay, go with your questions first. Go ahead.
What?
Okay, so this is the fun challenge of Short Story 1. Is there meaningful subtext and intent behind these? Because we know
absolutely.
Short Story 1 writes these at 3 a.m. when they're half awake. And that's why we love
upside
them.
Down.
Because they are just batshit insane.
What you're telling me is that this is an improv story.
What I'm telling you is this is the modern day equivalent of the oracles at Delphi. That's what this is. This is like fever dream. We're just getting shit out on paper, and people need to interpret it as they do.
Are regular people supposed to know what the oracles at Delphi is?
Regular people, aka normies, can fuck off. Is what I'm saying.
Well,
This is not a
like
podcast for normies.
These are was the important shrine in all of Greece. So were they like seers in ancient Greece?
The oracles of Delphi were women in the temple who were fed hallucinogens, and then they would dispense wisdom to whomever
Thrown
paid
out
them
window.
ass loads of defenestrated. Yeah.
Yet another movie I'd love to see. Wow.
Oh yeah.
But fucking, I like the idea though of Abysmii being in like a punk band up on stage. You know, leather, torn jeans, spiked up hair, and he performs his hit song "Normie Punks Go Home" or "Normie Punks Fuck Off" or whatever.
Get
the song
out
is.
of here, all of you
Does he
normie
do
punks,
this?
you fucking posers.
Does he do this all the time where he references like 4,000-year-old events like
Yes.
they're normal?
I'm so sorry that I'm using my fucking master's degree for something.
I'm so sorry that my master's degree, which by the way I got on a cruise. God,
Well, it was
fuck off.
complimentary. It was a
It
complimentary.
was a
master's
3-day cruise course.
Complimentary cruise course. Triple C.
Anyway, okay, so here's how I'm interpreting this short story one story. This is about the workplace, right? This is about an older person, so like boomers, performing a seemingly ridiculous, stupid task
Mhm.
that doesn't make sense to the younger generation because it's outdated and useless. And the
But it
younger
makes
generation,
customers happy. at
Mm.
least.
but it makes the customers happy. And the younger generation is like, I don't get it. Why are we doing this? This is a waste of time and money.
You know, it's interesting that you bring that up. I was at FedEx earlier today. and
Shipping
like,
packages that don't exist.
no, it's interesting because there
And
are older
fuck
people
FedEx.
that go into FedEx and like specifically ask for scans or prints or something that
Right.
anyone else would be able to do with their phone. You know, like that's what I'm imagining.
End
when
of story.
I'm
They're
talking
old
about
and
this.
suck. End of story.
Fuck them.
They're trash.
But really, like
They're
to
cheap
me,
services.
this really just reminds me of stock market trading or something. Like, yes, it's a thing, but it's such a, I don't know.
I like the idea of Papreeka standing at FedEx and just standing up on the counter and going, "Get those old people out of here. Get them out of here. Don't give them their coat. No,
Don't give
be
them their
nice.
coats.
Get them out of here.
Throw them out into the cold. I don't care.
They don't know how to scan. It's okay."
I'll just bring people in to take over the FedEx for me, and then I'll get the old people out at that point.
Yeah, there you go. Old punks go home. What was the song? What was the song? There was the punk song that was against Nazi punks, and it was, I forget if it was "Go Home" or like directly like "Fuck Off."
It was
Like
Nazi
it was-
punks go home.
Nazi
It
punks go
was
home.
Black Eyed Peas, right?
Yeah, the Black Eyed Peas. Fergie just out there.
Talking about what, my hump?
Nazi punk. Whoa.
My punks, but not those Nazi punks.
God damn it. My punks. God damn.
All right, moving on to the next one because these are short.
I
we
think
have.
I've decided that I love this story.
Oh, good.
All right, good.
Sorry. I don't mean to cut anybody off. If you got more interpretations, lay them on us.
I think you pretty much hit it square on the head. And the thing is, some of the stuff, I'm not sure if it is even like commentary so much as it is just like hashtag relatable, you know?
Mhm.
Like it takes a relatable idea and skews it out of control, you know?
Well, that's the like. I hate the term postmodern art. Like, I hate it. I hate everything contained within it because it just kind of does a disservice to art and what people create. But if I
Doesn't it kind of have like a historical context, though,
It does.
like using the
and
word
it's bullshit.
postmodern.
Uh-oh.
No, it isn't. It's bullshit.
This is
But-
the end of the marriage. Oh, God.
this is the last straw. Like, if I had to like,
Well, how do you
say-
denote the era of art then, if not as postmodern?
We can
Oh,
get into that
God.
discussion, but that's for a different episode. My point is that like Short Story 1 is the best like example of postmodern art as far as internet
I
horror
would call
fiction.
it postmodern internet art.
Sure. But like my larger point is like Short Story 1, these stories they're so up to interpretation because of how surreal and batshit crazy they are. Like which is the authorial intent, which is how they are created and how they're posted. So really it's fair game. You can take whatever you want away from it and it invites that. And that's what's so
So-
great about reading them.
This story is very interesting because it plays on the idea of authenticity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's written like it's by a 12-year-old, but like, is it?
Well, again, yeah, like if I never do this because I never ever want to do this. I will never go to Short Story 1 and be like, hey, we thought that this story fuck off. We thought that this story was about blank, because I would never question him about what this story is. That's not the point. The point is, what do we think it is? And I usually hate that sentiment, but when it comes to Short Story 1 stories, it's the best shit. Like, really.
I think instead of postmodern or any of the terms, I think Short Story 1 deserves his own term coined for him specifically. And I think that term might be hyper surrealistic.
Ooh. Ooh, I like that. Hyper surrealism.
Yeah. He had hyper surrealistic eyes, which is to say his eyes were little bald men.
You know what? I think I'm
But
not
that would
really
make sense.
I think I'm not really into labels, so.
I'm not into labels. I shop at Hot Topic.
Got him.
I only read stories from publishers. No.
Oh, but literally, that's what I'm turning into. If people are like, "You still read Creepypasta?" Hell yeah, man. Oh, what do you read? Short Story 1. What's that? You wouldn't know. If you don't know,
you wouldn't
don't
understand,
know.
babe.
Okay.
I'm not even explaining it to you. Go read your fucking No Sleep, you poser.
God damn.
So this
okay.
is the fine wine of the creepypasta.
This is
genre.
the like fucking basement microbrew of the next up and coming like sensation that no one knows about, and we're keeping it relatively under wraps. All right, the next one is What Isn't Your Name? Everyone got it in front of them?
Maybe.
Yeah, I have it from when I linked it and from when you linked it.
Sorry, yeah, I double linked.
Fucking stealing my thunder.
I asked.
Wait. Before we do this, do we want to each say what isn't our name?
Oh, what isn't our name? Okay.
Yeah,
let me
each
think.
person just say what isn't your name. Abysmii?
My name isn't Craig.
Paprika?
You can definitely say my name is not Joanna Kopp.
Interesting. All right, so do we want to read the story?
What's your not name?
I already went twice. What the fuck are you talking about?
Wait, what were they?
I said Abysmii and then I said
Wow.
Paprika.
Wow, you can pull that.
My name is not Hieronymus J. Bottom.
But that is Sam's new alter ego.
Damn.
I asked Aruk, A-R-U-C-K, what isn't his name, and I know his name, but I decided to ask him, what's not your name? I have a friend like this, and I love him to death.
Is it Short Story 1?
No.
Okay.
But it's great. And this started the downfall of Aruk. Aruk started naming every name that isn't his name, and at first he didn't think it was so bad, but when he realized that his much-needed time was being used up when he was naming every name that wasn't his name, I assumingly kept on listening to Aruk saying, my name isn't Aaron, Paul, Craig, Tommy, Toby, Lot, Samuel, Michael, Sam, Sammy, Dean, Marcus, Mark, Johnny. And Eric knew that he was stuck but couldn't stop.
Okay, question before we go on, because it's going to bother me. Is a rook an anagram?
No.
I'm trying to figure out more than I should know about Short Story 1 by trying to Google what nation has the name Iraq as a common name.
Don't dox Short Story 1.
Oh, wait a minute. My house? Wait a minute.
Oh, God. The house of
Stories are coming from inside the house.
So I'm also getting Rumpelstiltskin a little bit, which is silly.
Whoa.
Kinda, yeah.
Abysmii, you dog.
At first.
Paprika's like, I'm getting Rumpelstiltskin right now.
Step out of our relationship, okay?
No.
You wouldn't understand. At first, our rook accepted that he was going to miss the bus, train, and any other public transport to get home. He ordered a taxi while still naming names that wasn't his. My name also isn't Yusuf, Frank, Robert, Paul, Jason, Jonathan, Andrew. And is he still talking to his friend?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's just now he's like stuck saying names.
Yeah.
And the taxi went off when Aruk didn't go out because he was naming all the names that weren't his. He accepted the fact that public transports will go on without him, people will go on without him, and anything in motion will go on without him. I was just standing there smiling at Aruk, listening to him naming names that wasn't his. My name isn't Craig, Jones, Chael, Uriah, George, Bob, David, Daniel, ...
So are we picking
You
up
already
any...
said those. You said Craig already, so he's repeating.
Yeah, I
it.
did say Craig twice.
Well, maybe who said there's a rule that he can't say him twice?
Yeah, true.
Sure.
Now you're extra stuck.
Well, now he's super stuck. Yeah.
Are we picking up any kind of meaning behind this yet? It seems very much like
the stupid repetitiveness of playing mobile games.
There's a weird peppering of biblical names in here.
Well, it sort of is like, too, accepting everything going on without you because you can't say what isn't yours is like, I feel like there's something there. I don't know. Then, Aruk was starting to get worried as he started to think about the bigger things in life, like jobs, family, friends, and he will have to accept that he will never see them ever again. I could see it in his face. And he hated me so much for asking him, what isn't your name? And he kept on naming names that weren't his. What? What?
My name isn't.
My name isn't.
There's them cat boys that you deny exist.
Oh, God. My name isn't Roger, Rupert, Stanley, Stephen, Valerie, Claire, Henson, Patrick, Tony, Danielle, Louis, Louise, Danny. Okay. Every name is on the board.
He knew at this point his life was over.
Oh, God. Abysmii just died.
That was the sound of Abysmii.
I know my life is over. Ah!
Elias, maybe keep that in. He knew at this point his life was over as there were so many names that weren't his, and he started tearing up. He was stuck, and I was finding this very amusing, listening to Aruk listing all the names that weren't his name. He will be here now to the day he dies, and as I kept on listening to Aruk listing all the names that weren't his, my name is Zane, Zahir, Zion, Zach, Zaki, Xander, Zeke, Zafar.
Z?
And
Why Z?
Because he's getting to the end, I guess, of the alphabet.
No, but nothing else is alphabetical.
Well, it's more like time has passed. I don't know.
Odd.
And I smiled as he knew what I had done to him on purpose. He could sense my cunningness towards him, but then he smiled at me.
I became terrified at why Aruk was smiling at me now.
Oh, shit.
While naming all the names that aren't his name. Then I realized that I had also shot myself in the foot. Aruk will die trying to name all the names that weren't his, but I will also eventually die having to listen to him naming all the names that aren't his. I can't seem to move away.
Didn't expect that, did you? Didn't know you'd get stuck, too.
Oh, we got guys. We got thinking about this story.
And then the last sentence is, I am just listening to Aruk naming names that aren't his name.
This may not be a first, but I think it's a first for this podcast. This is the first time that the pro tag, who is typically the agitator of things and the instigator, has had it turned back on him.
Right.
And that's kind of awesome.
The jerk-ass Homer, if you will.
Yeah, this kind of feels like an Aesop fable, if anything, like a modern-day fable.
Mythological. It feels like a story where you can't really tell time in it. Like Rumpelstiltskin, because you don't know how long. I mean, they say, but at the same time, you don't know when it is.
It is timeless, yes.
Yeah, it's timeless, and it's in the very nature of the story. It's timeless.
I really like this one. It was not laugh out loud, hyper surrealistic, but it was very just like Papreeka said, mythological, very fable like. This is really cool, actually.
But what's the brain fart?
I've
been drinking. What's the word? What's the takeaway? The thesis?
The scrimbo.
I mean, I could, if I had to reach,
the moral of the story. There you go.
I would say it's a lot of people are as humans, we are kind of fixated on what we have, what we don't have. But if you truly analyze the concept of, what don't you have? It's enormous. The universe of things that you don't possess is actually so all-encompassing that you can't, in a lifetime, you cannot actually conceptualize it. So be thankful for the things that you do have, because at least that's manageable. That's what I'm taking away from it.
Okay, so we have 2 comments from ShortStory1 when he posted the story on
Short. Doesn't have any thoughts on the story at all. He just wants to read other people's thoughts.
All right, tell me below if you don't see any comments. When he posted this on Short Scary Stories, okay? I'm not going to have you guys bring them up because it's not that important, but
sure.
Somebody commented, poor Aruk, whatever made you ask him such a question? And ShortStory1 replies with, I had a silly, funny name, and a ruck used to personally ask my name in front of other people, and they all used to laugh. This was my payback, but it kind of backfired. So here's the thing. We have an explanation from Short Story 1 about where the story came from and what the meaning is. But, usually he doesn't do that. Yeah. Usually he doesn't give any explanation. Usually you just left to wonder. However, there's another comment that says, how in the hell did you ever think this one up? And Short Story 1 says, in a dream. So he has conflicting explanations
that is
for the fucking story.
Is this an ARG?
Short Story 1 is an enigma, and I fucking love it.
Is he a sub-genius?
Like, really? No, seriously, Short Story 1's a genius. And I love that I don't have to,
No. Sub-genius.
Sure, whatever. I love that I don't have to, decode some binary code or some bullshit, on an ARG website to, get it. He just posts this stuff out here, and it's free for you to just peruse. And I fucking love that.
It's funny. I love the fact that he gave 2 different explanations for the fucking name. Son of a bitch.
Yes! It's funny because No Sleep is this subreddit devoted to you have to comment in character and everyone has to discuss the story and blah blah blah. No, this is the engagement that you cannot even begin to aspire to. This is people going, wait, what the fuck is actually happening? I really don't know what's happening, and an author having complete control over it. No Sleep
moderators, and I know this is very inflammatory. No Sleep moderators strike me as non-sexual groomers. You will do this and you will do that and you will do this how I like it. And I think, wouldn't it be funny if you did this? And, don't you think that this is the best way to do that? And they just
groomers for writing?
Yeah, they're just grooming everybody to do what specifically gives them, good brain reactions.
But any real subgroup starts to do that after a certain amount of time. They start going, no, this is allowed, but that isn't.
Well, okay. As a counterpoint, short sci-fi stories, which is another subreddit, which you and I on Ray Gun Readers used to read stuff from, right? That was a very obvious subreddit of these need to be short sci-fi stories. That's a niche, but it required little to no moderation because everyone just kind of knew what the fuck the deal was. No Sleep has...
They're splitting hairs on what horror is. That's what my impression is.
Yeah, I brought it up before, but I forgot the actual writing guidelines for No Sleep stories is 4,400 words or something of this is what you have to post here. It's you're a horror subreddit, dude. Calm the fuck down.
When you address me, you will address me as Senpai or Oni-chan. You will wear this flowered summer dress that I like. That's just what it seems like with these fucking rules,
Right?
It's so stupidly constrictive for no reason other than we need to have. I don't even know anymore. I don't even know what the Plus, logic behind it is.
The moderators do give that kind of energy where it's I was really into your story, but then you did something I didn't like at the end that turned me off, and I lost my erection. So I'm deleting them.
Because I don't have an erection, you fail. Specifically.
I don't feel the common one is I don't feel like the narrator is scared enough, which is the most
really fetishy,
subjective and arbitrary thing. How the fuck do you measure that?
Anyway, do we have a third fucking...
We do.
Uh-oh. Short Story 1, you are the only hope. You are the Obi-Wan Kenobi of online horror.
Oh, need to refill glasses. Be right back.
We're on to drinking other entirely legal substances.
We're doing illegal substances. Legal substances, I mean. Good save.
In an interesting, completely coincidental fact, we haven't installed smoke alarms yet.
Oh, interesting. Hello, officer. I was just doing legal things. Haha, you almost got me, you tricky fucker.
Well, it's because I'm a millennial. It makes perfect sense.
Man, what the fuck is carbon dioxide made up by government?
Can you get high legally on carbon dioxide?
Yeah, it's called dying. You get real high and then you die.
You get high legally on carbon monoxide.
Clark. Can you get high barbing?
Some of this shit.
You could probably barb high.
You shouldn't.
So barb is the root word of barber. So what is barbing?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I don't know.
There's your high question of the day.
Anyway, Barbs are like Karens, except with more muscle.
Except that they all die unjustifiably in Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Boring.
Spoilers, by the way.
Well, that's the first season. Okay, we're in the fourth.
Elias cut that out.
I take it.
I don't care.
Slimebeast has not watched this phenomenon.
No, I don't like anime. Elias cut Papreeka entirely out of the episode. Put everything Papreeka says in a past episode. That's good.
Put it as Patreon content that nobody wants.
God damn. We don't have a Patreon, but yes.
We don't. All right. Our third and possible final story for this episode is the old woman thinks she has summoned me by celebrating the Queen's Platinum Jubilee.
Okay.
Which rhymes and also did happen recently.
Wait, the Protestant or the Catholic Queen?
Yes.
Well, she's Protestant. But what do you mean both queens? What other queen? What other queen alive right now would have a Platinum Jubilee?
Abysmii. It is Pride Month.
Exactly.
Bastard. Right. Fuck. Sorry. You're right. No, this is the ancient ass Queen of England. Her Platinum Jubilee was like a week ago or something.
Okay. Elias may have to cut this out. She wasn't even there
for it, was she? Like, all I saw was the stupid amount of news surrounding the fact that she had, like, a sneezing fit or something.
Dude, I don't know.
All right, Abysmii. Elias may have to cut this out, but I don't think this is the month for you to be saying ass queen.
This is exactly the month to say
this
ass
is
queen.
Specifically the month.
Jesus.
Well, okay, so an ass queen must have a really nice ass, especially in pumps.
Sure.
Yeah. Like, that's a category of ballroom is ass queen.
Absolutely. It should be, right? Like, you and I could make a better ballroom show than that shit.
We can. That's
Slimebeast could be in on it too, but I get the feeling he wouldn't want to be.
I could be the guy who presses the detonation button.
to blow it all up.
So you'd be the suicide bomber? Is that what you're saying?
The suicide baller, yeah.
Suicide ball. That's a great category.
Suicide ball.
Oh my god. No, see, you're
terrible.
You're
what are you talking about? That's absolutely terrible.
Fuck.
It'd be like Suicide Squad, but Suicide Ball. No, that makes sense.
Potentially, but it also could be interpreted extremely terribly.
Okay, that show is nothing but up for interpretation, so who gives a shit?
That's true. Because
if
it's not
happening?
ballroom.
We'll sit you down and we'll educate
okay,
you.
No, you will not.
You're about to get woke. It's okay.
You have to catch me first,
it's
motherfucker.
Fine. He doesn't want to. It's fine. It's fine. He can go back to his lair and hide among the rocks.
If I ever, unironically, describe myself as either woke or red-pilled, please, somebody out there, put a shotgun in my mouth.
What are these words and why do they matter? Shit.
Oh, God. If I ever start watching Evangelion, somebody out there,
was that
bash a basketball against my head until I die.
What is Evangelion about again?
An anime. It's a mecha anime.
Damn
It's
anime.
a mecha anime about a lot of things, and I
About
can't
evil
describe
jelly
that
or something?
adequately.
Okay.
Okay. The old woman thinks she has summoned me by celebrating the Queen's Platinum Jubilee.
Wait, which queen?
Elizabeth II.
Freddie Mercury.
Kate Blanchett. Got it. Go.
Yeah. So, 2 years ago, I was walking on a field and there were fences which separated the house gardens to the rest of the field. I found something covered in mud, grass, and other plants, and it was a doorway of some sorts. I went inside and it led me to a cellar under a house. The house belonged to a very old woman who was lonely and whose mind was withering. When she went to bed, I came up from the secret cellar and it led me to the kitchen. I quickly got locks to lock the doorway on the field, and this was my secret place now.
This is just Parasite.
A little bit, yeah.
Parasite?
bit.
Wait.
Movie.
Not the anime.
The Korean.
If you say which queen and which Parasite, I'm going to fucking scream.
A Parasite the Maxim is a great anime, by the way. Everyone go watch that.
No anime, there is no such thing as a good anime.
Fuck off.
Okay.
Let me guess what the anime is about. Okay, Schoolgirls?
Nope.
Well, no, that's not exactly fair. I'm not.
It's not about schoolgirls.
I'm not debasing myself to discuss the ethos of anime.
Is a schoolgirl in it, but go ahead.
I slept under this woman's cellar for 2 years, and I finally wanted to somehow live in her house. at first I couldn't think how I was going to do it, but she was a real big fan of the Royals and was going forward to the Platinum Jubilee with her mind.
Nope.
She was going with her mind to the Jubilee of Platinum.
I'm sorry. I think
I started drinking mead and no, that's just what you're doing, Papreeka. No.
I feel really tipsy right now, and I can't read.
Maybe a little bit. I have a tiny body weight.
I started giving bald people haircuts in Jason Voorhees romance novels.
Is this something that you want to happen? Because I could leave.
Wow.
We've gotten to that point.
I love of all our guests so far, Papreeka's the only one like, you know what, I'm just going to leave. Fuck you guys.
Okay,
that's
all right.
exactly what happened with Dead Palette, but we couldn't air the episode.
Right? That's why he's not here. Oh,
no, he's not here because he's having a VR orgy.
Rather than doing this. Exactly.
What is a VR orgy where you just take the headset and just shove your dick into it, or what?
Yeah.
I think it's the other way around. You shove it into... Okay.
You shove the headset into your dick? What?
That sounds
See,
painful.
he's doing it too. He's doing... Everything's dicks. Okay. There are no other genitals. None other exist.
You brought it up.
Can we get a T-shirt of a black and white pen and ink drawing of Papreeka with a mug full of mead, and just the caption just says "Everything Dick."
And the mead's like splashing out.
Yep.
Oh my god. Okay, so let me try again. I slept under this woman's cellar for 2 years, and I finally wanted somehow to live in her house. At first, I couldn't think how I was going to do it, but she was a real big fan of the Royals. I was looking forward to the Platinum Jubilee.
So we now know that this takes place in Kansas, the Kansas City Royals, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Is that a band?
Yes.
They live on the river.
Yes.
With her mind not as it was, I thought to myself about a plan to make this old woman think she had summoned me magically. The supposed summoning magic being connected to the Queen Platinum Jubilee, and it's all made up, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I took pictures of myself and made up something about summoning me by celebrating the Queen Platinum Jubilee with such Pride Month.
Okay, I actually have a tough time believing that ShortStory1 didn't just accidentally post this here instead of Am I the Asshole? Like,
that is our operating theory, that half of these should be under Am I the Asshole? When she went to bed, I came out of the secret cellar in her kitchen. Oh, sorry, you're reading. Fuck, sorry.
Fucking drunk ass.
Good job.
Sorry. Good drink.
What are you drinking, Slimebeast?
Coke Zero.
Wow. Okay, so
Yeah.
you're completely sober.
Mm.
And while that's not illegal, it should be.
That's not the process, officer. You should be talking to him. What's he drinking? Coke Zero? Coke instead.
That is the sexiest thing you've ever said.
The fuck? When she went to bed, I came out of the cellar in her kitchen. Wait, I came out of the secret cellar in her kitchen.
This is literally Parasite. That is entirely influenced by Parasite.
And I started to stick pictures of myself with the words, "Summon me by celebrating the Platinum Jubilee," all over it. The old woman was shocked to find them in the morning, but had eventually ignored them. Oh, okay. The end. She celebrated the Queen's Platinum Jubilee all on her own, and she drank so much. And then I came out of the cellar quietly, and when she saw me, she didn't scream, but simply said, "I summoned you, didn't I?"
She begged me to leave, but I kept telling her, "You summoned me by celebrating the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, and I did warn you with those pictures." And she put her hands on her mouth. Now I eat her food and sleep in her spare bed, all for free of rent, and no longer hiding. I still went outside through the secret cellar, and she still has not caught me. She literally thinks that she had summoned me through celebrating the Platinum Jubilee. She has tried throwing holy water at me and other religious relics. None have worked, obviously. She can only blame herself, and I have also threatened her that if I leave, she will be tortured.
Jeez.
Wow. Free meals on wheels, I guess.
What is this a thinly veiled jab at imperialism?
Okay. I think I know what this is.
This is just somebody taking current events and making a story out of it.
Well, okay, it
Which
goes
is
a
fun.
little bit deeper than that, in my opinion. So there is there's an ongoing kind of political discourse right now in the UK, because obviously the Queen is a thing.
I'm Abysmii. I've been to the UK.
Listen, I went to the UK on a cruise and got my degree.
I got
Got
myself
my degree on it.
complimentary British people.
So there's the royalists who want to keep the crown a thing.
Mhm.
There's the Republicans who don't want it to be a thing. They don't want it.
Want
The
everyone to have an
Republicans
AK-47.
In
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
UK are like completely different from here.
They don't want a constitutional monarchy. They want a republic. The Scottish government wants to be independent. They're actually renewing, I think, their vote for that pretty soon here. So it's a sticking point politically.
And then
speaking.
everyone else just pretty much wants to drink.
Well, everyone else is the Welsh and the Irish in
Yeah.
Northern Ireland. So whatever.
Drink, yeah.
Yeah. And around the Platinum Jubilee, there was just, a lot of Republicans going, fuck the crown, and a lot of royalists going like, oh, you snooty poor people, fuck you. I'm joking. It's deeper than that. But so this story is about someone taking advantage of some old dotting fucking royalist who's like, oh, the Queen's magical, and I summoned you through the crown, and oh good, and it's just them taking advantage of it because it's funny because old people.
So what you're saying is it's Boomer versus Zoomer. Yeah, he just
Exactly.
zoomed on in the cellar. Yeah.
Exactly.
So what you're implying here is that ShortStory1 comes from the UK.
I am not doxing ShortStory1.
Interesting. Now, as we all know, avid ShortStory1 researcher Abysmii does have all of his docs information.
He's just not going to release it unless it's for blackmail.
Abysmii routinely contacts people in ShortStory1's life, but he doesn't say anything. He just breathes into the phone. You could write, ShortStory1 could write a really good story under a different account where he's like, I'm ShortStory1's biggest fan and I'm following him everywhere. That would be like the ultimate meta shit.
That would be fucking awesome.
Anyway, draw ShortStory1.
Well, yeah, you know what? Draw ShortStory1, like whatever. I can't imagine what image that invokes. So yeah.
So it's like wait. I'm thinking using my brain.
Go for it.
And so like the fact that she was summoned by just simply celebrating the monarchy means the monarchy continues to exist.
Okay. Yes.
What?
Yes.
What?
Abysmii, just say yes. Yes.
Sure.
You are correct.
Sorry.
This has been the Fear Fiction Podcast. Your hosts were not Craig, not Joanna Kopp, and not Hieronymus J. Bonham. Music by Abysmii. Art by C.F. Comer. Das Waifu Oni Yas. Edited by Elias the Intern. Narrated by DP. Like, comment, subscribe, and check all of those linky winkies.
You about this, Becky?
Yeah, sometimes you get an itch you can't scratch with wanton murder. I think killing and consuming all those innocent people is starting to give me some of their empathy.
So that's it? No more killing mere mortals for the entertainment their flesh provides?
Oh gosh, no. I'm just taking a break to do something else fulfilling. I've put too many projects on the back burner for far too long. No more! Becky, the human being, is doing some #self-care.
I understand that, and I'm happy about it. Happy for you. I just need to figure some things out, I guess.
Aw, I'm sure you'll figure out what to do next. I mean, I'm a cosmic entity, and I still have a lot of growing to do. That's just adultling.
I think the kids are saying adulting, not adulting, but I get your point. And you know what this, Tang, you know what it does, right?
I think I have a handle on it.
Oh, those RPC dorks wanted nothing to do with it, either because it was too dangerous, too ridiculous, or too much of an outdated fad. Possibly all three.
Would it look out of place? I thought it would be perfect to fit in.
No. It'll fit in. I mean, don't let the feds and cops see it, but for your purposes, it'll work out just fine.
This is the best gift a fellow human could give. Thank you.
Oh, don't mention it. So I guess this is goodbye.
Well, for now, you could still come with me. Where I'm going, it's big and empty, and many beings can occupy it at the same time. I don't understand your refusal to join me on this adventure.
This is your dream, Becky.
The human being.
The human being. If this is your dream, I need to work on mine. Besides, Utah's no place for a guy like me. Not after the events of the Briscoe Protocol. Man, those Mormons weird me out.
Anything I need to be worried about?
No, just, take care, all right?
You too. Just driving a tank like a human. This is a thing humans do, and it is not weird. It is a human behavior that was popularized by human Nazis in World War II, and everyone took part. Just normal tank driving.
Are you tired of humanity? Because I sure as fuck am. I'm leaving. I'm going to the Corvid Corner. Corvids are one of the handful of creatures that can identify themselves in mirrors and will choose to alter their appearance based on their reflections.
Okay, after the last Corvid fact where you're too confident, you're stumbling over your words on this one to try and
They're long,
overcompensate.
They are long words, sir. And
Long words.
I only have a certain amount of mouth abilities.
Only have a certain amount of mouth to eat chip. I would kill you for corn chip.
I would sell your soul for one corn chip.
I love how these words are too long, like are and one and of and the.
They're hard words, Brought.
So, that is an interesting proposition, though, that they're just like, listen, the way I'm dressed right now, totally not fetch.
Right, oh my god, I would look so much cuter if I, put a little leaf hat on my head and, did a little crow dance and said, "Hi, I'm Tuck."
Tuck the crow.
I think he's a pied African crow, but he's very cute. You can find him on YouTube. He talks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he says, "Hi, I'm Tuck."
Talking birds. Yeah. Okay, Chelsea.
I know, they don't exist. No birds talk.
No such thing as a talking bird, Chelsea. That's ridiculous. Did you know that a group of crows is called a murder?
Right.
And a group of magpies is called a theft?
Right.
And then a group of ravens is called larceny.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's my Corvid fact, and it's an actual fact, unlike your fake bullshit about talking crows.
That's fair. The Corvid Corner.
Sorry.
Don't apologize. There's no wrong answers here.
Can we?
I feel like that was a wrong answer.
Can we end the episode on sorry? God.
Yeah, Elias ended on sorry. I'm going to cut the recording here.